Hello once again, guys, and welcome to Chris's Caribbean Delights. And today I'm doing a real Caribbean dish here. I'm doing some curried pork, and this I bought some pork chops and some stew pork. I just chopped them all up, lovely pieces of bone in there, and we're gonna saute that and get that going. I have some garlic, onions. It's gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna put like 5 potatoes in there. I'm gonna cut these up and put them in later. And I also seasoned with some coriander powder. And I'm using the Lala's curry powder. It's nice and spicy. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and just put my pork in so that it can start to cook and get some color. Saute it down, and add my onions in here and mix that around in this little seasoning that's left in there. We're going to put that in later. So let's move this around so that it can get the heat. So we're on high heat now. Just let this go for a while. And once this sautés and gets some color on the other side and render some of the fat off, we're going to flip it over. Then we're going to add our onions and stuff. And then we're going to add our potatoes. And then we're going to make a slurry with some more curry powder. And we put it in here so to give us a sauce. So we'll be back with the next step. Curried pork. Okay, so we've been sauteing for a good 10 minutes here, and this is nice and kind of coming together there. Now we're going to put our onions in here, onions and garlic, and I just tossed it around in that curry seasoning I have in there. So we're going to let this go for a while, another 5 minutes, let the onions cook. And then we'll add our liquid. Salt content is fantastic so far. So I'll be back when I'm going to add the potatoes and our liquid. Okay guys, welcome back, and here, this is my progress. It's doing wonderfully. Now I'm going to add the liquid, which I have some more curry powder in here, coriander powder, some complete seasoning. And I'm just going to pour this in here because needs this liquid so that it can cook the pork. The pork can cook. The pork has to cook for at least 30 to 40 minutes, you know, or until it gets nice and tender. And that's the slurry. But then I'm going to add an extra. I usually would do this with. I usually would add chicken broth. I usually would add chicken broth at this time, but I don't have any chicken broth, so the water is going to suffice. So not to cover the meat, but just to, you know, let it be all around it. And I added some hot peppers in there, and so I'm going to cover this now and let it simmer. Turn the heat down to a simmer. Let it simmer for at least 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and check to see our tenderness. So let's cover, and we're gonna simmer for 20 minutes and then check our tenderness. If we need any if it's good, we'll just add our potatoes in there and just let it go. Okay, I'm gonna complement this with some yellow rice. It's the packaged yellow rice. It's easy. You just boil the water, pour the rice in there. So I'm gonna do that. And also I'm going to do some couscous. I showed you my couscous. I have a couscous recipe on there, but I'm going to do some couscous also to go with this. Trying to stay away from the total starch element, though you have put potatoes in there, but not everyone is on the heavy starch in the house, so we're working with that. Okay, so I'll be back when this is tender in about 20 minutes, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, if you can see on the east wing over here, my smaller pot, I have the boiling water for the rice. I have 4 cups of water, 4 tablespoons of butter, and a little bit of salt. So we're going to pour the rice directly in there, the yellow rice, and we're going to stir this for 1 minute. It has all the yellow seasoning is in there, and all the other seasonings for this Spanish yellow rice. It's a Spanish yellow rice, authentic Spanish recipe. So that's what I'm doing. No fat. It's a non-fat, you know, whatever. But it's just rice. So I love the Spanish recipe for rice, and it comes in a packet. It's easy to make. You just stir it for at least about a minute so that everything can be melted, and then you'll cover it and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. So I think I'm done stirring here. Everything seems to be melted. I lower to a simmer and pop that lid on there. Nice tight lid. In the meantime, my curry is going crazy. Ooh, lovely. Last time I came back, I added the liquid. Then I was gonna, we had to set it on a simmer so that the meat can get soft. So obviously we need a few more minutes on that. So this is doing well. We're going to come back, we're going to stir. And once it's soft enough, we're going to put our potatoes in. So, you should check that out. Chris's Caribbean Delights. Yellow seasoned rice. seasoned yellow rice. So we'll be back when we're ready for the next step. Well, I think I've reached my desired tenderness. So I just add the potatoes in there. Potatoes, they do not take long. We'll just get these in there. And we just let them go for maybe another 5-10 minutes. They should be perfect. I'll be back. So here we go. Our pork, curry pork. I put my potatoes in there. Potatoes are nice and soft, and they can thicken the sauce if I need to, but they're nice and soft. The pork, the meat is nice and soft also. We have tested it with a fork. Let's test it again. Beautiful. Oh, that skin is good. And hey. So now the skin is good. And let's see how soft it is. With a butter knife, should be able to cut it. Oops. It's not a really strong spoon, but hey. Okay. That's not it. Everything is nice and soft. And we're just going to give it a test. Nice. Oh. In here. Hot water. Got it before, because obviously it's not ready yet. The potatoes may be soft, but don't worry, the potatoes are not going to change formation. So another half a cup of water, and you cover this and let it go. We have our yellow rice going here. Our Spanish recipe yellow rice. So we'll be back. The potatoes are nice and soft, and I have enough gravy in there that I need. I don't need any more gravy. So this is what it looks like. Nice and thick. Nice and thick and authentic. an authentic. Okay. Now we're gonna assemble this with some white rice, with some yellow rice, a Spanish recipe, yellow rice. So it has to kind of saute a little more, so that it can dry out some more of the liquid in there. So that's working, and my curry is done. So hey, we'll be putting a plate together for your enjoyment. Thank you for watching. Be right back. Thank you for watching. My curried pork with some yellow rice. Awesome. And bon appetit.